freedoms in the country.
At a 20-month program bankrolled by the United States Department of State, the training will within the coming days reveal a myriad of journalistic rules and tenets, principally on elections reporting. This, for the President of the Foundation for Legal Aid, Research and Empowerment, is crucial if media practitioners are to diligently fulfill their role as information disseminators. He emphasized the need to critique the manifestos presented by standard bearers, especially when it can incite violence, and enable citizens access relevant information to guide their decision-making before casting their vote.
The time before the election, the time during the election, and the time after the election are all part of the democratizing process. So it is often said that democracy is not an event. It's a process of checks and accountability. It is for the media practitioners, it is for the journalists to conceive and imagine new paradigms of accountability so that it is not only during the election manifesto speeches that you can hold government accountable or you can ask government relevant and sometimes uncomfortable questions.
Ahmed Bai Toure is the president of the Gambia Press Union. He commended the ICFJ for efforts in training journalists in this crucial moment, adding that only well-informed journalists can ply their trade efficiently.
The masses cannot make a decision that is in their best interest if they are not properly informed. And as journalists, we should be well informed, well enlightened before we will be in a position to enlighten others. Therefore, it is my humble opinion that this gathering would provide us the opportunity to share experiences with a view to capacitizing each other. This, in my view, will help us do our work efficiently.
Toure warned journalists against inciting chaos during the course of their reporting and urged them to strictly play by the rules they will be taught during the course of the training. Abubakar Dabo, GRTS.
Well, you can also follow the day's stories and other GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. We now take our first break. We'll be back with more stories.
It's time to have fun with AfriCell.
Play your favorite song to your callers with the AfriCell Fun Ring service.
Yo, what's up? It's Big C. If you want my song on your African line as phone ring, the code is 11807.
By the hall, no my door head. Try to copy my style, they don't know my door head.
It's your boy G. My Africell funding code is 12139.
By the hall, no my door head. My whole life I never sleep, never ball it. From Gambia to Senegal, like that every day. Hey, that every day. Hey,
it's your boy ST Gambian Dream. If you want my song as your AfriCell fund ring, the code is 11655.
Hot boys and hot girls shake that every day.
It's your boy Tam 50 Utu Suku. If you want my song as your phone ring on your AfriCell line, the code is 12187.
The whole game last up.
To the news outside the Gambia now. A British woman held in Somalia after her abduction from a Kenyan beach resort is reeling from stress and fever. The woman was seized on September the 11th by armed men who shot her husband. Over the past 5 years, the Somali pirates have become a well-organized group of criminals hijacking ships for huge ransom. The suspected involvement of pirates in the kidnapping at a resort in Kenya suggests a troubling expansion. Let's look at the CNN report for more on that.
In a resort that draws movie stars and magnates, police comb the beaches. Earlier this month, gunmen stormed the island of Kiwayu, Kenya, killing British tourist David Tebbutt and capturing his wife Judith. At first, Al-Qaeda-linked Islamists were blamed. But now a new disturbing theory has emerged. Senior security analysts with sources inside Somalia tell CNN that Judith Tebbutt was abducted by Somali pirates and taken to a remote central location in Somalia. For the pirates, it's a marked shift in tactics. Somali pirates grabbed headlines by hijacking huge commercial ships with corporate insurance, pulling in millions of dollars in ransom and always working at sea. By striking on land, security experts say the stakes are raised.
From a security standpoint, this change in dynamic in terms of tactics by the pirates is increasingly worrying not only for travelers to the local region, but the fact that the pirates are feeling that they are suitably uncontrolled by any infrastructure of law enforcement that heeds them from carrying out actions into tourist resorts as we saw with the Tebbets.
The Kenyan police say that there were 20 security officers on or near the island.
They certainly must have seen it as a soft target. You know, in the sea, the entire international community has camped there, and it has become increasingly difficult for them. And these are people looking for easy money.
Striking at sea is getting harder, with the full might of the world's navies patrolling the shipping lanes to deter pirates. But Kiwayu lies close to the border with lawless Somalia, easily within reach of a small boat. Still, the Kenyan police say that they were taken by surprise.
Some big questions will now need to be asked to the Kenyan government as to what security measures they can now install to reassure the international community and also tourists that are visiting their country that they will be safe.
The government says it has stepped up operations and surveillance at the coast and assures visitors that they are safe. But this shift in tactics is leaving many uneasy questions as the fight against piracy enters a new phase. Dan McKenzie, CNN, Nairobi, Kenya.
Waiting to die, a convict on death row in the U.S. state of Georgia is due to be executed tonight after his large-ditch appeal for mercy was denied on Tuesday. Troy Davis was sentenced to die by lethal injection. His execution has been postponed 3 times, but the judge denied his final appeal. Davis was convicted of killing a police officer more than 20 years ago. His supporters, as CNN reports, are calling on anyone capable of stopping his execution to intervene.
We won't let Troy Davis die. Their last means of legal recourse seemingly exhausted. There may be little more for Troy Davis's legion of supporters to do but shout their frustrations and pray.
Stand up and testify.
Meanwhile, the prosecutor who sent Davis to death row for the murder of Savannah police officer Mark McPhail broke years of silence, calling the campaign to save Davis unfair and unjust.
We have felt that we were ethically bound to maintain our silence and express our opinions and judgments on the facts in court, which is where we have. In every place where we have, we've won.
Now retired former DA Spencer Lawton believes his witnesses who testified against Davis 20 years ago and later changed their stories or recanted did so under pressure from Davis's supporters and failed to appear credible, he says, in the eyes of the court.
It has been a game of delay throughout. The longer the delay, the more time they have to create not doubt, not honest doubt, not real doubt, but the appearance of doubt.
The Georgia Board of Pardons and Parole again refused to stop Davis's execution, saying its decision was based on the totality of the information presented in this case. Davis supporters say race was a factor.
This is Jim Crow in a new era. There's just too much doubt for this execution to continue.
This is Davis's 4th appointment with execution. Another last-minute delay seems far less likely this time. Families of Davis and Officer McPhail both prepare for the end.
It's like reliving a nightmare over and over, but the thing about it is we have to stay strong in our faith.
We have lived this for 22 years. We know what the truth is. And for someone to ludicrously say that he is a victim, we are victims. Look at us. We have put up with this stuff for 22 years, and it's time for justice today. We need our justice.
We now take our second break.
Master bedroom. Amat kër ga fan la nekk mu nga Diamond Estate nekk all yundum déedéet kay ñaareeli pire bi xam nga lan la déedéet oto bu ñoo wax seri jeep 4x4 bu bees tàq yaa koy daaji si mbuus ñetteeli price gi waaw gars yi teg nañ juróomi ticket ab Angleterre yoo xam ne boo amut visa wala bëgguloo dem Angleterre ñu yot la xaalis gi ñeneenteeli price ñaari junni juróomi téeméer ab Angale ci ñaari téeméeri nit ñu gagné juróomeeli price gi
junneb saakob maale ñu jox ko junneb nit ku ne benn saakob maalo